Alright, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using Ambient Light Rejection Technology Gain. I'm actually doing a pre-recorded version of this because, like I said, sometimes when I do stream, the stream comes out a bit fuzzy. So, we have a gray screen. Yes, a gray screen. Usually I would never go near gray screens due to the fact that they don't produce contrast levels well, and the contrast is bad, the color is poor, and so forth. But this technology came out a little interesting. So this used to be the technology for a screen called Smoke, which was using ambient light rejection times 10. This came out when the 8 9s were the other screens, and we had a 12 coming out, which wasn't developed yet, and then we came out with 10. Smokes could take on direct sunlight, hits from direct sunlight, and still produce images because they had that capability. But because we couldn't get the surface anymore due to COVID-19, that was scrapped. So it just sat on the back shelf until me and a customer got to talking. I told him about the technology, and I decided to actually add advancements of 12 in it. So the difference of what the difference between, we have a name for this yet, this technology can do is it has the ability to produce amazing contrast levels, especially for a screen that's gray. Like I said, I usually don't go near gray screens because I don't like the contrast failure in these screens. But with this, the color pops, everything just looks absolutely incredible. And on top of that, I don't have to use an expensive high-powered projector to do so. So I'm going to shoot the demonstration. Then after that, I'll show you the screen. Like I said, this has to be a sprayed-on application, first of all. But it does have the ability to be painted on any form of transparent surface because it is front and rear, which I'll be doing that demonstration later on also. All right, so let's get started so I can show you exactly what you're going to get from this technology. So first, we're just going to show off a few levels here. So I don't have sound. I think I have some sound, but my sound bar is a little bit fuzzy. Let me go and see if I can get some sound to pop up. There we go. Now I'll explain to you later on about the projector I'm using. Unless you saw this live already, you already know what I'm using. Look how the contrast levels are nice and dark. Colors are popping, got nice dark blues, light blues, bright yellows. One of the things I have a problem with when it comes to gray screens is the fact that those levels just can't pop. The image becomes faded and washed out. And if you have no contrast, the colors can't pop either. With this being a gray screen, like I said, it kind of threw me through a loop because this technology is doing something that I don't expect for gray screens to have the ability to be able to do. Let that play a bit while I clean up in the back. A little messy in here early this morning. Right here, make sure I got my capture reading on. Now, we're going to pull up some contrast levels, which is very important to see how the screen reacts to contrast, which I've done this demonstration already live already. Show you how beautiful and bright the colors are. Colors on here are absolutely amazing. Like I said, because the screen can pick up contrast, is it better than the black? No. When it comes to contrast, the black screens are far more superior than any other screen we develop because they can pull up a straight black contrast level. Now, the beautiful thing about this technology, it will work best with lower lumen projectors. People that have projectors of 1,000 lumens. 600, I wouldn't go 600, but we're going to test on 600. But I would say more like 8 to 9 to 1,000 lumens, 1,500 lumens. Some people have those LG ultra short throw projectors, and those projectors usually come with 1,000 or maybe 1,500 lumens. And their biggest concern that the image is not going to show up so well. Now, as I said before, it's going to be a spray-on application due to the fact that it is designed for front and rear, or rear projection. So you see how beautiful the colors pop? Because the screen is producing an amazing contrast level that other gray screens cannot do. Kind of shocked me too when I was doing the demonstration. I mean, you can hear me on the camera saying, oh, it's a little too light, I don't like it, the color's not going to pop right, contrast is going to be bad, and man, lo and behold, God is amazing. Look at it. Absolutely incredible. Colors are just deep reds, deep blues, deep greens. Looks absolutely incredible. And wait till I show you the projector we're using. That's going to blow your mind. Now we're going to be marketing this a little bit here and there. It'll be available next week. It'll be a $20 difference on this technology. But like I said, you're getting ultra short throw compatible. You're getting a screen paint that is front and rear that can be used on rear projection or front projection. Weatherproof. It's absolutely incredible, and it'll work best with your lower lumen projectors. Alright. So let's grab the Sony Bravo. This is the dark demonstration they do in the city. This will show you the amazing contrast levels on this technology. Okay, let's go over here, and let's switch over to another. Pulling up all the dark contrast demonstrations for this. It's easy to do these demonstrations if I'm doing this on a gray screen, if I'm doing this on bright colors, easy to pull off. Harder to do it if I'm showing off contrast, especially if I'm doing it in a fully lit environment. I see a lot of people doing demonstrations on gray screens. One of the things they'll do is they'll do this in a dark environment with a high-powered projector. In order for that fish to come out dark red like that, you have to have a really good contrast level to do that. Grab us up another one. Now I'm going to show you my projector I'm using in the demonstration. We're using my Sony, this is my Sony portable projector at 1000 lumens. So this projector is 720p SVGA 600 by 800 res at 1000 lumens. And we're somewhere between probably about 8 feet back from the screen. And this is to show you if you have a projector of a lower caliber of 1000 lumens. Some people, like the black screens, have the ability to pull up 1000 lumen projectors very easily. But some people feel that, you know, if they're going to paint the screen in, they're not sure about a black screen producing on their projector, especially with the lumens being so low. They want that contrast level. Keep in mind, they don't want the contrast level. But also to consider the fact that they just are not sure if that screen, no matter how many demonstrations, but it adds a little reinsurance in there. The gold produces amazing color, amazing contrast levels. The contrast levels are fair, and white levels are very good. And then you have that Platinum Eclipse, which is actually a very dark gray screen. Some people may shy away from that also too because it's a darker screen. With this being a gray screen, people are more comfortable to buy this particular product because they know that it's going to work well with their technology with it being gray. But as I said before, the reason why people want to shy away from the gray screens because they can't produce contrast, where this technology produces amazing contrast. Without the contrast, the color can't pop. So these are some of the bright, beautiful colors.
The job's about a lot more than a paycheck.
Sorry about that. We're going to get a few political commercials. They're going to pop in. I'm trying to keep it all neutral, but you're going to have them pop in. Just trying to keep the videos neutral as much as possible. I'm going to show you this on 1,000 lumen 720p projector, SVGA 600 by 800 res, no 4K, no 1080p, or no 1080p, no 4K. Now the projector behind me is a Sony. It was manufactured in 1999. I'm going to show you some more contrast levels. With the contrast levels on the horse, with the contrast level in the background, different levels of black. You watch the colors pop on the screen, the deep reds. And again, I'll show you the color of the screen. Back a little bit. I want to see the behind the back of the projector. And how far we're sitting back from the screen. At 1,000 lumens. Fingers cleaned up in here first.
We have to continue the activism. We have to continue protesting. But we
Like I said, we're going to get these little political commercials in here, but you know, just I would like to keep everything neutral. the demonstration right now. All right, let's show up our contrast levels again. So this is very interesting about this technology because, like I said, we usually don't develop gray screens at all. Because, like I said, one of the things I don't like about gray screens, like I said, because they don't produce very good contrast, the colors don't pop, the black levels are really bad, that would be contrast. But this is the first technology we developed that has the ability to produce contrast at a gray screen. And as you can see, the colors are bright and they're vivid because the screen is produced on a very high black level. Also, too, consider the fact that we're not using a very expensive projector. We don't have to worry about using 1080p or a high-powered 4K. We're using an old projector that was manufactured in 1999, a Sony CS4, a VPL CS4 projector that sits in 720p, 600 by 800 res SVGA at 1,000 lumens. Now, if we could pull this off on this projector, imagine how incredible this would look on a projector of 1080p or 4K. Even a 720p projector that's over 600 by 800 res would look amazing on this technology. Look how deep the blues are, the reds, the greens, all the colors pop, the contrast, the black levels look incredible, the white levels look incredible. This is what you want, like I said, this is going to be designed and for customers with low entry level projectors. You can use them with high projectors too. Some customers may shy away from the darker screens because some people want a black screen and want a traditional gray. This is where this actually works well with traditional grays on your for your home theater setup. You will get those contrast levels, everything you desire in a gray screen that you can't have. This will give this to you. Also, too, on top of that, like I said, but for me, I'm a fan of contrast. I like the black screens. I like that OLED look to them. So that's me. But like I said, this is another option for you. On top of that, this technology is rear projection, which means you can coat this on plexiglass, vinyl, anything that's transparent, and you can have a transparent screen. And we can't forget, we have to add in the star field, which I like to put in the star field demonstration.
Why the black Americans knowing they can lose?
Like I said, we're going to have our commercials in here and and there.
Freedom is to be free from racism and all of its manifestations.
They deserve to be treated with dignity.
This is around election time, so you're going to see a lot of these commercials popping in between videos. So here's the star field demonstration I want to display. So you can see how dark the black levels are. Now keep in mind, when I see people do this demonstration, they do this demonstration in the dark, like I said, with the projector with very high contrast, because they know that the screen is going to fade if they try to do this in a fully lit environment, as we're doing it in a well-lit environment. You can see how deep the greens are, Very important because, like I said, without that contrast, you can't execute those deep dark colors. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna straighten up in here a bit. Make sure I got that all the way to the beginning. There we go. Make sure I at the beginning. Just gotta add one more now. I'm really enjoying this. Alright, I'm going to pause the video there. I'm going to let it play a little farther in. Alright, so let me show you the screen so you can get a look at it. This is actually, like I said, shocking to me because we don't design screens this gray. But that is the color of the screen. So alright, this is meant to be sprayed on, so I kind of rolled this on for the demonstration, but it's meant to be sprayed on. But anyway, as you can see, that's a very gray screen. To us, that is one of the lightest screens we have ever developed. Usually, I always do darker screens, as you can see, but this is a screen, like I said, that we usually don't design screens this light, but it's very shocking. When I was doing the live demonstration, I'll post that too. In the live demonstration, I was looking at saying, oh, we're going to have to change this. It's got to be a little darker than this. Contrast and color is not going to pull up, but we have a gray screen that is front and rear, ultra short though compatible, weatherproof, and can produce contrast. And it's freaking amazing. All right, I got to go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.